constituents are hitting us up pretty hard about that, especially at a time when we start getting beat up by new septic tank rules coming down, where we're having a hard time putting septic tanks in on the river and getting stuff done in Suwannee County. Every time we get 4 inches of rain in Valdosta, we get 20 million gallons of sewage dumped in our backyard. I don't know what you can do for that, if there is anything we can do, but that's on our radar, and I just wanted to put it on your radar.
Valdosta issue with the wastewater. I'm not going to tell you I worked for 28 years for EPA, giving away $100 million a year to build sewage treatment plants. But there's the NPDES permitting program, National Pollution Discharge Elimination System. And that's a federal program that's probably been delegated to the state of Georgia, EPD, for maintaining. And my opinion, without knowing the details, is it's not being maintained. They're not following that permit requirement, those permit requirements. The second thing is when one entity injures another entity, you can go to the court and recover the cost for that injury. And perhaps a civil case be brought to the city from who's being impacted adversely. Getting $100 million adjudication against Valdosta might cause them to change their behavior. But
So I'm letting local government, you guys know, the water management know, if you need a local landowner to put his name on it to sue Valdosta, I'm willing to do that. I own a lot on the river, and it's a shame that continues to happen, and I can't believe how long it's been happening. When I wrote the column, I just knew from 2003 moving on how many times it's happened. For decades before that, it's been happening, and it's an absolute shame.
It is a shame. It's disgusting. Go ahead.
All right, thank you for anything you can do to help stop that.
The topic of discussion was about the spills. And they were very concerned and excited that I was going to be able to speak about it here. So I'm glad I'm not the only one bringing it up. We care. One of the things that we're doing as river keepers is that we check the quality and maintain the quality of all the different tributaries. This is South Georgia and North Florida. Anything related to the watershed. And we're all being trained to test water quality. So we're going to have a training out at the park, Suwannee River State Park, next week, and I'm going to jump in and try to do it. So, because I care so much about our environment. And this area is the dive capital of the world. And our springs used to be known for their high quality. Unfortunately, that has slipped so badly, some of it due to the runoff from farming. And so the other issue that hasn't been mentioned is that best management practices is not working when it's voluntary. So I think we need to put some kind of regulatory backing to it so that we really do actually stop the nitrogen runoff into our springs. So the other issues were banning fracking, it's already been mentioned, and of course the spills I just covered. So I think that you've covered everything, or somebody has, and thank you for your attention.
Can I ask you one question?
Of course.
Ma'am,
Oh,
let me ask you one question. When you were up there, how up in arms are the folks in South Georgia about this issue?
Well, the group that I belong to were all up in arms, the water management. But of course, I don't know that much about the local area. I do know they did request, since they live in that area, that we attend the Valdosta City Council meetings and bring our complaints there. So if they started hearing from Suwannee County and Hamilton and Madison, all these counties that are affected, I think personally when you come and talk just like we're doing here, it does have an effect. So that might be one little thing we could do. But that's about all I can tell you on that part of it. Thank you.
Well, Florida is defined by its springs, its rivers, its beaches, and the Everglades.
Yes.
And we are very blessed in this state to have one of the most unique ecosystems in the world.
Thank you for that.
And we continue to invest in those efforts, and we always are looking for new opportunities. And I'm very excited that our new governor, Governor DeSantis, has made as a centerpiece
Yes.
of his both election campaign and how he's governing in the early stages, making sure that we redouble our efforts to protect those incredible natural resources. And we know that better than anybody in North Florida. So we are very, very committed to the long-term health of those, of the springs and the rivers.
The Okefenokee Swamp is now starting to turn green. Nobody, everybody's talking about the Withlacoochee and the crap spilling in from Valdosta. Well, our major water supply is the Okefenokee Swamp. And I'm pretty sure Waycross is above the Okefenokee Swamp, and they're draining down into Okefenokee Swamp. You said you'd worry about it whenever it started to turn green. Well, it's starting to turn green. We need to do something about Okefenokee Swamp and Waycross cause the sewage is going straight in, cause that's our major water supply. The Withlacoochee is a contributory, which is a bad thing every time it overflows. But if you don't worry about Waycross and all the farms that are around Okefenokee, the Okefenokee is going to be just like Lake Okeechobee. And the only thing you can do to Lake Okeechobee is about 100 train car loads of lime to get all that green crap off the top of it, because lime is the only thing that's going to neutralize the nitrates in the ground. And if you don't revert from what the governor did with the nitrate levels, even cut them even harder, we have, it's about the water quality. We've got to do something. If y'all don't do something about it, once the river turns green, Evan Christian Village is going to be done. They're going to have to move out. Everybody up and down the rivers right now, they got to drink bottled water. They can't even drink the water out of their own well because it's so polluted, because of the Valdosta and also the Okefenokee Swamp. But Waycross, y'all gonna have to, I apologize for talking to y'all, but the national representatives don't come here. We're not important enough for them to show up here. And I apologize for being here about
So
some of
this
this
is why we're here, is to listen to what's on people's minds, so I'm happy to have the opportunity to hear from you.
But I do apologize, it's not y'all's thing because y'all state. And what most of the only thing y'all can do is about the body cameras. But we got to do something about the Okefenokee Swamp, because once that river turns green, it's going to kill Live Oak, Suwannee County, Hamilton County. It's dead. Because you can't drink the water once it gets that stuff in it. You can't, well, you can if you want to, but I don't.
Thank you.